We're looking good for the markets. 10,800 upwards is where we opened, and that is where we are, closer to the higher end of today's trading range. In fact, from the lows that we hit post the election results that came by, we've rallied a good 470 odd points, and for the Sensex itself, we've rallied around 1,500 points. So, not bad, Rima, one would say.
Yes, absolutely. Up for the third day in a row. And look at the way the mid-caps are outperforming. So far this week, we've got the mid-cap index, which is rallying about 3.5% versus a 1% gain for the Nifty and the Sensex. So clear outperformance there. So that's looking good as well. So let's first run you through all the top headlines so then we can get cracking for you on the show. PSU major, State Bank of India gets a boost. Morgan Stanley says they see a turnaround on the bad loans front in FY20. Maintain an overweight call on the stock and increase the target price to 375 from 350 earlier.
Yes Bank trades higher ahead of a crucial board meet today. Sources tell CNBC TV 18 that the Search and Selection Committee have discussed the final shortlist for the CEO in a meeting yesterday.
Financials continue to rally on the appointment of the new governor. Shaktikanta Das pledges to uphold autonomy and the values of the central bank. Calls for a frank, free and fair discussion with the government. Housing finance companies also get a boost as bond yields fall and inflation comes in at a 17-month low.
Sun Pharma and Lupin in focus. SEBI chief confirms that they have received a whistleblower complaint against Sun Pharma, while Lupin in focus as the EU General Court upholds the European Commission's decision where Lupin is liable to pay a fine of $40 million.
Max India in focus after reports suggest that the company is set to exit the health insurance business. Plans to sell 51% stake in Max Bupa to True North.
All right, doing well for the markets. The financials, they are taking your breath away. So the Nifty bank up around 270 points, and the non-banking financial companies, Indiabulls Housing Finance up 7% as we speak straight off the bat. And this comes after a big move in yesterday and day before yesterday's trading session as well. For the Nifty itself, we have L&T, which is now gaining some traction, closing in on the higher end of today's trading range. And from the mid-caps, well, Repco Home as well as DHFL. So it's financials all the way. What does one do after this near 500 point rally that we've seen on the from the lows on the Nifty? Prakash, technically, what is the market saying? We're above the 200-day moving average. We're above most of the moving averages for all practical reasons.
Yes, good morning to you. So far we are up, but today what I would say that we have seen a 2 days of a massive rally of over 400 points. Today also is up. Looks like it should stall here. This is the place where it could stop. The trend is still intact. Up has not been compromised. In fact, I would say that it can climb to around 10,911 as well, but it will take its own sweet time. This is the time to relax, I think, because today is the bank weekly expiry. But so far it's up.
Okay, and what about stocks?
I have two stocks. I like Biocon. That looks good to me. Very good chance Biocon can climb to levels closer to 650 zones. Stop below 630 should be okay. And I also like Maruti. I think Maruti is heading to levels closer to around 7,700. Stop below 7,500 should be fine on Maruti.
All right, Biocon and Maruti. Prakash, any of the financials on your radar right now? Like as we speak, IndusInd Bank, ICICI Bank, Indiabulls Housing Finance, all of them moving higher.
Well, most of the financials are looking. In fact, I was looking at L&T Finance. That was looking good to me, and I feel that it can climb up higher to maybe around zones of around 150, 52, 53 zones. Stop about 145 should be okay. Some of the banks are certainly looking good to me.
Any disclosures?
None of the three stocks I've spoken about today.
Okay, thanks so much for joining in. So strong so far, but it's the bank weekly expiry, so keep your eye on that. But let's move on. Ujala maker Jyoti Laboratories is all set to make a splash in the Ayurveda space in the summer of 2019. Now, sources tell CNBC TV 18 that the company is also exploring an acquisition in the Ayurveda space to expand its range of products in the naturals portfolio. Clearly, that seems to be the way to go now for most of these companies. Priya Sheth now joins in with the details. Priya, run us through the strategy Jyoti Laboratories has laid out for the Ayurveda splash.
Well, to achieve a revenue target of 500 crore rupees in the personal care segment by 2021, we do understand that Jyothy Labs is embarking on an aggressive Ayurveda strategy. Now, this strategy includes both the organic as well as the inorganic routes to capture a large part of the Ayurveda market. Now, to begin with, the company will be launching face wash as well as hand wash in summer 2019, and several variants of these will be rolled out starting April-May 2019. They will begin with launches in South as well as East India before moving to a pan-India launch. Now, several of these products will be manufactured out of the Guwahati facility, and the company expects to generate an additional 100 crore rupees through these new launches in FY20. Now, we also do understand that the company is looking at making an acquisition in the Ayurveda space, specifically with regards to a Kerala-based company. The company perhaps may look at entering the hair care segment, which includes herbal hair oil, where a company feels that it could have a significant growth potential in the Ayurveda market. In fact, the company is also looking at introducing more variants to grow its Ayurveda pie to achieve its 500 crore rupee target by 2021. In fact, we did reach out to Jyothy Labs, and the company has confirmed that they hope to launch new products in the Ayurveda portfolio by summer 2019.
All right, naturals is the way to go. Let's see what Jyothy Laboratories has to offer in there. But the stock on our radar right now is Yes Bank. Continues to surge for the third consecutive day ahead of the crucial board meet today. In fact, the board is expected to approve a new chairman. Remember, Yes Bank's MD and CEO Rana Kapoor's tenure ends on 31st January 2019. Our colleague Ritu Singh has been tracking this story very closely. Ritu, tell us what you're picking up.
That's right, Yes Bank is in a damage control mode, and the board will be meeting today to take stock of the vacancies in its top leadership. This is going to be a very crucial meeting where the board will name a new independent director and also evaluate a new non-executive chairman for the board for approval by the Reserve Bank of India after Ashok Chawla resigned from the bank just last month. Remember, 2 directors have been appointed by the bank so far to replace Ashok Chawla and Vasant Gujrati, who had also resigned from the board recently. And the bank is now looking at shortlisting one more independent director with expertise in the field of information technology and cybersecurity to replace R. Chandrasekhar, who also resigned from the board in the month of November. Now, as far as the post of chairman is concerned, Nandan Nilekani's name has been doing the rounds, but so far the bank has not confirmed this information to CNBC TV 18. Also on the agenda in today's meeting is a review of the search committee's progress in the selection of candidates for the post of MD and CEO to take over from Rana Kapoor when he vacates office by the end of January next year. And as we had reported earlier, the search and selection committee meeting did take place yesterday to discuss the final shortlist for a new MD and CEO appointment, which will now have to be ratified by the board of Yes Bank, and then it will be sent to the RBI for the final nod.